Let's go. Alright, let's get our unit today. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get our Hypogean unit. We're going to use the Soul Sigil. And we'll go ahead and select Rainier. It's the character that I wanted to get with. Alright, so we're going to go to our inventory. We'll use one. Alright, so let's go ahead and unlock them. And that's where you go. Impeccable symmetry. Immaculate perfection. Rainier. A support. Hypogean. Balanced evil. Pretty cool unit. Alright, so we're going to put Homie on the team because he is a big buff, and we're going to use him. We're going to play through everything because we are a little bit behind. Really, I can't play? Oh, darn, bro. So sorry. Well, how's it going, everybody? Are we getting those levels up, bro? Level up. They did change how you are able to increase and promote characters, which was very interesting. Alright, let's hold your armor. I don't have any rogues. The rogue armor is very lacking. I did get this. I think everybody in the guild did very well. Ooh, I don't know why it's running so slow, bro. Maybe it doesn't like... Let's see, let me take it down to standard. There we go. At least while we're streaming. See how this does. We beat them very quickly. She's gonna take everything out. Alright, let's get Rainier's ability. Oh well. Alright, let's take him out. Oh my. That did a lot of damage. He definitely does a lot of stuff, but let's see how he fared. Wow, he did 91,000 damage. Like, just entering in the fight. As a support. As a support, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. I don't mind that. So if he's just gonna be like another DPS, then we're fine. Yo, what's good, Alex? Yo, what's good, Rocks? You haven't picked yet? Yeah, I picked Rainier. I like him. He's a support, and I just think a support is probably... Like, I mean, he does DPS damage, type of damage, but he's a support, and I like it. They each bring something different to the table. I'm really torn. Yeah, like, having the option of choosing one is kind of, like, wild, right? It was good, Esto. What am I looking for? It's right here, thank you. Yo, make sure y'all like up the stream as well. I know, every time y'all get in here for the live stream, I put y'all to work. But I did get myself a full Wilder team as well, which is really exciting. Ooh. Can't play. Yeah, a lot of people telling me they can play the beta voyage chest is pretty limited, and I asked them if I could get some spots, but they said I couldn't. So I was like, dang it. I did want to see if I could get some people in, but I couldn't. Oh my gosh. This damage he's doing right now. He might not survive, but he's doing a lot. Yeah, he's not going to survive. Why is he hitting so hard? He's a support after all. Let's see. Oh, the execution on units. That's why. Yeah, global release is coming. Oh my gosh. My Leica been carrying my account pretty hard. Alright, so let's get rid of Old Man. Let's put all Hypogean out. Since we have a solo tank, we're going to do the Awakening to restore health. We need to banish somebody to the Shadow Realm, bro. Oh, they're in the Shadow Realm. Just took that unit away. They're just gone. Brissa and Leica stay on your team comps, brother. They're really good. Brissa's nuke is crazy. Like, she hits so hard. Oh, that's when you level them up. So, I actually got a copy of my granny. And then I've gotten a bunch of copies of Leica and stuff like that. I've gotten a bunch of copies of... Oh my god, you have her legendary? No wonder you're so strong. Yeah, their card changes as you level them up. You get a bunch of copies. Which, getting the characters... Like, getting elite characters is definitely not hard. It's just you have to make sure that your wish list and stuff is set up for specific characters. Because like I said, you're going to have to focus. You're going to definitely have to focus certain characters. And it powers up your account more. Like, having multiple characters, like I said, is cool. But you will have to invest into a squad. And so we're, like, all Wilder right now. Let's see how we fare in a boss fight real quick. I'm just curious. Normal attacks, self-healing. Okay, so we have him. Him. Wait, no. Do we go another tank? Oh, so that's how it works. Symmetrical. Oh, that's how the portal works. Oh, that's wild. Okay. Then should I put another tank up here? Or put Smokey? Should put Smokey back here. I wonder how that's gonna work. Okay, so it didn't. Because, whoa! We just got nuked. Why did he get hit so hard? Snow. Oh my god. And that's why we needed somebody with self-healing. I see now. I see why we needed someone with self-healing. Oh, Rainier. They gave us a free hero. He, I can basically send an enemy to the Shadow Realm, and do a bunch of damage to them. Then I can swap a position of an enemy and an ally to recover HP of an ally and have somebody be completely nuked. And then I do these like mighty strikes through portals. I'll have to show you because I just got him, but he seems really cool. Let me see if I can... I have to change the positions while I get into battle, though. So... Let me see. Scarlita looks cool, but like I said in my video, I don't like the fact that she spends a lot of time... Like, she looks like a PvP character. She looks like she's a character that can turn the tide of a fight in PvP. I know Scarlita would probably look cool to a lot, but I didn't like that she just spends her time outside of the fight. In exchange, if he can't do it, he does 450% of attack damage. Yeah. So, for instance, let's see. Alright, so here's the effect. Let's see how we can do it. Oh, wow! Yeah, you just straight up swap. You just move that enemy. An enemy can't be sent to the Shadow Realm if they're the only one. Yo, that effect is wild. And then you heal with the person who gets swapped. Yo, that's wild. Hold on. So I can swap these two. Or I could swap. If I could put my tank... Okay, so then if I took out... I have a healing tank. So what if I took out and put in... No. Yeah, let me see how this goes. Oh my god. And now his CC just gets nuked. Nah, bro. That's wild. Nah, that's wild. That's wild. Yo. Yes, exactly, bro. Bro. You just straight up just clap and they get swapped and get jumped? Bro. AFK jumping, bro, for real. That's wild. There's nothing they can do about it either. You just have to position it correctly. There's nothing they can do about it. Bring your ass over here. And they're not gonna kill my tank. Oh, no way, but he shielded her. No way! Okay, so it's not... He shielded her. Ugh. Okay, so he can kind of counter it. He can kind of counter it. But it's still not good enough. Oh. That one was kind of hectic, but... Yeah, I can control who I swap. So... I can control who I swap. So if I did, yeah. Oh, that's wild. I can send a unit. I can send a unit to their back line while keeping a tank and taking out and bringing whatever unit I want. I can do whoever I want. This isn't a good character for defense, obviously, because you can't really control that. That's terrible, bro. And so now, since the tank is forward and I have my own tank, my warrior is just back there killing the whole backline. Yo. Burial text. Yeah. So what Burial does is he jumps enemies that are isolated. So if they have like a DPS who is by themselves within one tile, he pretty much jumps that person and can't get hit. Well, that's why I think you should do, like, you should send a warrior. That's why I swapped in a warrior. It'll be very good for putting in a warrior. I would kind of swap up how I would do my team. And I'd probably, yeah, take off her. Probably put in, since he can reflect back attack with his ult, I'd probably send out Thoran. It's either going to be Thoran or Kruger, but I think since... Yeah, I think I'm going to do Thoran because I got him. I think I like this comp. And he can... Since he's going to be taking healing. But it's not good on defense, for sure. Yeah, everyone gets one.
We fought our hardest, but it's still...
That's pretty sick. Look at us.
Wait. Oh,
I think that's pretty cool. Like you said, it can backfire if you're only using one tank, for sure. You can hella backfire. Now see, Dionel would love teams like this. Like anyone who's like gathered like all together. Dionel likes attacking where enemies are the most at. And then, you know, yeah, Scarlita who can push people back and stun them. Yeah, a lot of more people are talking about the AFK Journey game now, even in Tash. Marketing timing's on point. Oh, yeah. Well, they're getting a lot of creators in it. They got Darth in it, who used to do Diablo. Well, not used to. He plays Diablo. Yeah, everyone who's early access. There's a lot of big creators. Jesus, everyone has their face. Like, I search it and there's like everybody with first look at the pre-registration. Do I need to start putting my face in my videos? Is my face good looking enough? Yo, it's good, Gordon. Let's see. Let's swap you a ranger with Thorin. And then she's gonna target Thorin, which is fine because he's gonna be like right next to her. And the ranger is gone. Goodbye. That's so wild. By the way, lucky about Rainier, he can cast Dynamic Balance, thus trigger tuned art on a boss, even if it doesn't swap them, so as long as he targets an ally. Yeah, I saw that, and with the exclusive equipment, how it can be used. I like him. I got him, and he's pretty fun. You just have to position your people. Is all. I wasn't saying she's weak. She just seemed more like a PvP character. Dianelle seemed really strong, but she looked more like one. Like I said, I obviously didn't have access to every character. And y'all are Pridwin. She looks like she can turn the tide of a fight. For sure, right? With the way that she works. And I tested out Burial and... Not Burial. I tested out Rainier in PvP, and his ability is absolutely busted in PvP. In that type of setting. The way he can just swap a unit. Yeah, bro. I'm just throwing him back there. When he ults, he's going to reflect all that damage and he's going to get healed. That's what I was doing in PvP. And it's kind of unfair. But I can also throw my warrior back there and he can heal. Just any character that has self-healing can just be thrown to the back. Oh, they went to another dimension. Sent that character to the Shadow Realm. Goodbye. All right, let's get Cece out of here. I guess that's where I could see Rainier as a PvE, like in a stage where it's like a unit that would give you problem. You can pretty much just like get them completely targeted. But that's why I said I felt like he was the best pick. The funny combo if you look at Thorns. Yeah, actually you can put it on. Yeah, I wasn't gonna spend on the PTR like that. I got too many games to play. I think we can just auto battle for a little bit. Obi-Wan, that's the server that you're in. Yeah. Yeah, that version that Obi-Wan's in is the one that can... Yeah, since it didn't have the same updates, I didn't see why to keep playing that version. Like, unless they do a full update to it, but that's kind of weird. They for sure gave us... Now, what's going to be wild is people are going to assume probably that we're going to get one of these Celestial and Hypogean units. At the start of the game, probably, and I'm pretty sure this was just for the beta. You can be like, well, where's mine? They got it in the beta. Because I don't think they would give us one for free like that. I'm pretty sure it's just for the beta. Chippy lore versus non-chippy lore? Well... I personally think that non-chippy lore is a lot better of a story. Dino's so greedy. Yeah, he does want buffs. Any quality of life change in this new beta versus old beta? Uh, so I will say that they made it slightly to get a character up to, from what I've seen, it seems like you have to get a little bit more copies for some of the elite characters, but they made a upgrade in the way that the story was and collecting a lot of stuff. They gave you a lot better start from what I've seen. And yeah, the re-rolling process a lot easier. They give you access to summons a lot quicker. Like the beginning is a lot faster. What's the GOAT character pick from the store? Yeah, I'd say I personally say Rainier, but a lot of people are liking Scarlita. But I just didn't like the description of her character. I didn't have any playtime. I always like a support character, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is no... Yeah, right, Alex? There's no long term. It's all going to get deleted. It's not like it's the end of the world. Because between now and full release, I can pretty much collect data from other people who played with other characters, and we can all form a better opinion on it. Oh, yo, speaking of, Gordon, for making, since I know y'all have me as a CC, what, to be considered for AFK Journey, do I just need to... I just need to select it as one of the games, right? Oh, I already have that access as a content creator. Oh, cool. I didn't know that once I was accessed as a content creator on your server, I could post everywhere. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Putting a unit in the back line seems crazy to me. I can definitely see with Scarlett in the CC, but won't be able to go to sleep for the next 36 hours. Oh my god. For y'all be doing the most. Banished to the Shadow Realm. Also, banishing a character like a tank, like I was saying, banishing a tank is wild. Swapping, like, the unit displacement is pretty crazy to me. I don't know. Do I waste them all on Huggy mode or buy Sleeping and Pray? I don't know. Like, you gotta find somebody in the world and emote with them. For Mike Kruger is back there just wrecking shop on their whole team. Like, it's terrible. Like, they can't do anything about that because the tank is, like, already, like, busy. He's like I basically have a Hoopa, bro. That's all he is. He's just Hoopa unbound, bro. Like, that's literally the character he is. Yeah, we only have a couple days in the beta. It's crazy, it's only a week, bro. We gotta make the best of it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, when they nuke it, purge the information. What happens if this beta ends? I think it's gonna be them preparing, collecting all the data, because by the time this ends, it'll be, because it's February now and it comes out at the end of March. So I think what they're gonna do is take all of the survey information. They have a lot of surveys they've been doing. They're gonna take all of the survey information probably and try to improve on the game. AFK Journey, definitely not R99. That's why I put straight up a thumbnail of AFK Journey. Ain't giving nothing free out in R99. Not today. I hope nobody was like, who are we getting? That's why I tried to make it as, that's why I tried to make sure it was all about AFK. Out of here, bro. Trying not to get sick. You got the weird granny on your team? I can't do it. Only cool/hot characters on my team. Granny Donnie is a crazy tank. I'm sorry, but the self heal she has is great. I mean, Thoran is definitely really cool as well, but Granny is amazing also. You can't count out Granny. You know who is a character people sleep on massively? Oh my god, here's Gordon. Viperion? Oh, I don't sleep on Viperion. I used him in the PTR. Viperion does a lot of damage. Some people probably don't like the fact that he loses health, but he does a lot of damage. He can do more damage than CC it sometimes. Yeah, he's talking about this character right here. This character's crazy. So, he burns his HP and sends these Vipers to possess enemies until his HP is lower, but basically what he's doing is doing a bunch of dot damage. He recovers his own health. He drains HP from the healthiest target. Like, he basically drains his own HP, but then drains HP from the enemies, and does, like, a lot of passive damage, but then also does, like, some really good burst. He's a really good character. I'm just not I was doing a Graveborn team in the PTR, and I'm doing Wilder now. I should probably put Kruger here. But I could always swap out what I was doing. But no, he's a great character. Igor. Okay, so so I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I had Igor on PTR. This dude doesn't die. Like, do I get benefits for running same? Yes, you do get elements. You do get bonuses for running a specific team. Yes, you get huge benefits actually. Igor does not die though. Man just hops from tombstone to tombstone. It's very hard to kill Igor if you have him built really well, especially in the PTS, because whenever he gets low, he hops to another tombstone and then you can heal him. He's crazy. He does have a sword in his neck. Yeah. Yeah, he is amazing. Yep. He's amazing, bro. I love him. All right, let's see what we get. Two characters I really don't use, but it is a Wilder. Oh, actually, I could just use... If I had more copies of him, I could use him to... I forget about him, man. I could just send him to the back line. He's not leveled up, but I could have sent him to the back. Arcane Labyrinth. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this right now. Okay. Not gonna lie, whenever I use my Igor, he would get bursted. Nah, mine got... Yeah, no, mine was pretty powerful. He didn't really get bursted. Oh, yo. Look at that. Oh, yeah, Walker. The content to do? Well, I will admit... Yeah, right? So there's PvP. There's a boss to do daily. And then there's an arcane labyrinth to do weekly. There's the battle drills, which is a guild thing. And then legend trials, which you'll choose, which is a tower-based system. The most important, like, the most important thing... well, for one, it is not as passive of a game, but you eventually do hit a wall to where you'll just be grinding up your team. But you want to, like, make sure you do as high as you can on AFK progress. Here, the AFK stages, that way you can get more from this chest. And then this Dream Realm, you want to do this so you can get these crystals to get a character. I do suggest doing this. Arena does give you access to a character. I would say do it. Even if you think you suck, just go ahead and do it. Always pick a team that you can beat. I mean, there's a lot of content to do. This is a game that you could spend a little more time in. For sure. Yeah, I do wish that it lasted longer.
Don't worry. My flame burns even
What's the best DPS and tank and healer in my opinion so far? Man, it's so situational. But so out of my favorite healers, Haywin is a straight up... Haywin is great at healing. As in, that's what she does. She doesn't do anything other than heal, but she can heal globally. She can heal everybody, and very effective at it, right? Especially when she gets her ult. Smokey and Mirki are really good. Smokey and Mirki is a really good character at healing as well, because he gives energy and heals a crap ton. But he also increases, you know, attack for allies, gives them haste, and heals a lot. So if I were, but the problem is that he does not move. He is a stationary healer, and he stays in one slot. So if you have like an assassin, the assassin will not get healed by him because the assassin's going to jump to the back line. But if you have like a long range assassin, then that'll work, right? So if you have a team where, like, if you position Smokey and Mirki, he can heal the warrior and stuff. But if you have a team that likes to do a lot of movement, Smokey and Mirki doesn't work well with him. But he is more of an offensive healer. With that. When it comes to tanks, I like the tanks that have... Now, I don't have all the tanks. But of all the tanks that I have seen... Right, so... This tank here is annoying, Temesia, but I don't know much about her. She just runs around the battlefield, from what I see, but I don't really care for her as much. This guy here, Lamont. Now, Lamont does a pushback and stuns and does a big giant taunt and stuff like that. He seems like a really great tank. He increases the physical defense of allies next to him. He does like a lot of CC. He's a great tank. Granny, with her being able to heal herself, not exactly sure in late game, but she seems like a really nice healing tank, right? Who can taunt, recover HP. And then Thoran's a pretty great offensive tank, especially if he's going to be solo tanking. He does his ult here, and he pretty much just reflects the damage back. And he can revive himself. He can resurrect himself, which is really nice. He does this once per battle. So if he gets hit really hard and he unfortunately dies, he will come back. So those are pretty much the tanks that I like. Lucius is great for the beginning, but he definitely for me kind of does fall off. But like he's like his shields are cool, but like I had him at a legendary plus and he was kind of falling off for me. But he is great, especially for early game, mid game. Not exactly sure for end game, but he was falling off to me. DPS wise, Cecilia is wild. She has a summon. The summon does a lot of damage. Cecilia is really crazy. For boss damage, my opinion is gonna be Odie. Odie is wild. Odie has this stacking poison damage, and he does a lot of basic attack damage, so if you give him haste or anything like that, Odie does so much damage to a boss in a single target, it's crazy. Like, he does a lot of damage. He is probably my favorite when it comes to DPS, because his kit is so simple. All he needs is to be able to just kill a target and just keep attacking, and he just does crazy stacking damage, bro. Tmisi's hot. She's attractive. And now I haven't seen any balance changes yet. Sheep Boy? Oh, this one. Damien. Damien's new. At least new to me. Cannot be attacked during the battle. Built a toy chariot that inherits 85% of his HP and 100% of his other stats to take his place when the battle starts. And stays out of the battlefield and run away after all allies are defeated. What? There's a toy chariot. Damien makes it to charge the target and explode, dealing damage. He's a mage. He's a support mage. Damien, there's a toy chariot. He controls it to play music for the weakest ally, restoring HP. Okay, so he does some CCs. I'll have to play with him. He seems... Yeah. Tmisia perma CCs. Yeah, but I was saying, like, I just don't like her. But she does do a lot. But I don't... When I've seen her, like, I just be like, bro, get this chick off a horse. Like, she's just being like, she's more of an annoyance, I guess. But I've never, like, just been pressed by her, I guess, is the thing. Oh, dang it, I didn't see. As long as people are getting their stuff done, though. But I did see where she walks. I can see where she walks through walls. It could be fun for people. She's just not my kind of unit. So we can do 36, 37. So This allows me to pick somebody else that I would want on the squad. Oh my god, bro. That is straight up AFK jumping, bro. Like, teleporting the unit backwards back here, and then Kruger didn't get teleported. So we all just jumped that unit, bro. That is straight up just, oh. Straight up Toto, bro. You called it, Obi. Like, show Odie? It's kind of hard to show Odie outside of a boss fight, and I don't want to use my... Okay, so... Because Odie's mostly a single target user, right? So he literally just hits a single target, but with the multi-target situation, it's not going to be as effective, but he just has stacking damage, right? And he's just stacking this poison on the unit, but he's not bursty. It's just very strong, consistent damage. And he can attack, and his skill is counted as a basic attack, and he just kind of keeps going. And he does poison. But see, he's not bursty. But in a boss fight, let me see. How many? Okay, I have 2. Let me see if I can... Alright, so she's gonna be my best DPS, right? And this is Odie, because she's higher, right? And then I have Kruger to lower the defense. So, even if, like... Oh my god. Well, he just got nuked. So even when he gets like silenced and stuff, his basic attacks still stack up the poison on the boss, and he still can do decent damage. Ugh, this is a terrible team, though. But he, single target wise, even when she like died like shortly after, he just does a lot of damage. Yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. Send it again. Oh no, you're good. As long as you got somebody. Doing good, doing good. Yeah, he's really good when he can get his energy stacking up and keep doing it. Like, just like you said, Obi-Wan. No. Yeah, is it gonna... Wait. Oh, okay. What I like about auto combat is it feels like watching football. Sit back and cheer. Oh, well, yeah. Obviously, when your team is doing really, really well, like, I mean, that's why, like, people like auto and like you said, like, just idle stuff, like, your unit just kind of does amazing.
Yes, as you command. Now, what seems to be the
I feel like I should have used Kruger. But I do go invincible.
just as I expected.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. As long as you're winning, it feels good. Like, when you're losing, it's terrible.
Got it.
Go back and readjust. True. Oh. Was somebody using Scarlita in the fight? Yeah, I was gonna ask, how did it fare? Wait. Yeah, so I can swap the two. Okay, so she does seem like... Okay, so it is a long time. So Scarlita's... Like, okay, so Scarlita in the first few seconds of a fight does not seem as crazy. But she probably is crazy. I knew I was maybe missing something, but like I felt like in a fight, like if I needed her early, she would be just not there, which I would want her there. If I'm gonna have that special of a unit, I really want her there. Not like, oh, yo, like, are there some sleeper purples? Yeah. Like, we were saying, Viperian. There's also, Intandra is an amazing tank that most people probably don't, like, a lot of people don't use, but she's a waifu, and she's hot. Very amazing tank. Also helps out a unit that's next to her and helps them in being tanky. Does CC. But yeah, she gives an adjacent ally a shield.
Don't worry.
Muriel
My flames will never
is
fade.
also a waifu. Does a lot of burst damage. She's really nice. The one unit that I want to get to work is Citrana. She has a passive burn, but I gotta... Maybe I need to get the exclusive equipment or something like that I'm missing. But like, she seems like she could be possibly all right. The only characters that I'm not convinced on are assassins yet. And the only assassin that I have liked of the normal like heroes, aside from these guys, the only assassin I've really liked is where is she? Where is she? Is she not in the game? Did they take her out? Oh my god, they took her out.
Have you ever
Well, there was an assassin that was very long, that was long range, that could transform. But she's not in the game. I can't remember her name. Oh, man. Yeah. She was in the story. She changes form. Vala. Yeah, that's the only assassin I've liked. Because she's long range. Yep, she's got melee and range. I guess maybe they took her out for a good reason. But yeah, she's the only assassin that I liked. Because assassins to me, like, they just get bursted, bro. Like, and they're, it's like, I mean, in PvP, if the enemy is isolated, like, yeah, sure. But like in a lot of cases that doesn't happen. So I just feel like assassins are for very, like, maybe try hard. Maybe someone who's a try hard loves their assassin if they have them like upgraded very high. But like in usual fights, I just don't like the assassins unless they're long range. Like, I know there's Walker now. He's a long range assassin also. So I think they replaced Vala with him. But yeah. Comedic sets can delete and buff when nerf a character before global release. Oh no. Oh yo, it's Dr. Fizzle! Chong Fun.
General Hogan, we're back.
Yo, Dr. Fizzle is just chilling right here. And we got, and there's Chung Fun, also part of the Lucky Guild. I don't know who Arcanos is. They're part of Storm. But we got people here, bro. People are just chilling. They're AFK, you know? Yeah, on an AFK journey. Reminds me of an anime about VR worlds. It's... Are you telling me Sword Art Online?
So, he's running the show. You were able to save him, I see.
Yes, my lady. My apologies. I never intended for this eyesore to end up in your presence. I will remove him from your sight at once.
No, please.
That voice does not fit that
Give me one more.
scrawny looking guy. Oh, they gave us a villain early on.
Yes,
This is the difference in the story.
I will not disappoint you, my lady.
They didn't have like a villain. It was just these shards of glass you collected.
My lady, pardon me, but I've seen you.
And you had to just like fight against the darkness.
Us with our little problem. So it wasn't a total failure on his part. I'll give him one last chance. All that matters is our little experiment on the other side of the dark forest.
I like that. See, yeah, yeah, I'm sorry, but the non-chippy lore is much better. Non-chippy lore much better. Gotta say. Yeah, they do put girls with big hips for sure. Lucen's Lament. Okay. I mean, homeboy, I can just get over here. No, Kruger, what are you doing? Ah. Maybe I should, in this situation, teleport. I mean, we still nuked the hell out of him. Yeah, Hoopa Unbound. Corin is one of the guys. Isn't this his? Where is he? Oh, did I not have him? Guess I didn't get him this time. Yeah, this guy. I never really used him. I'm not sure like if he's good or bad. I never got him. New. It does have hit meta, bro. For real. Schneider's still alive? Yeah, so is Signora. They're both chilling, having drinks together, obviously, Alex. They're sipping on wine. They're sipping on wine, talking about how much of a fool we are. Alright, I'll be right back. Easy. How far can we go? Banished to the Shadow Realm. Jumper. Bro. Rainier seems fun. Seems very fun. Banishing a unit seems really good. Give me a purple. Ugh. They don't show it in the shop here, but this is a game. Okay, so the beta feels really good because, like, okay, I'm gonna tell you how to approach this game. If you play it free to play wise and you're a long range player, you'll enjoy this game. But if you're gonna be constantly pressed by leaderboards and stuff like that, then you won't enjoy it, because obviously people who whale and spend money will do more. Like, and in AFK games, like, you know, you spend money, you get copies of more characters. That's just how it is, and I will say that this game is true to that. But like, if you let leaderboards like control how you feel about a game, then you won't enjoy it. But yeah. Oh, we are getting jumped. Oh, we are getting jumped. Like I say, Atelier has the best pull animation I've seen from a gacha so far, but it gets very old after a while. It does look good at the beginning, but it does get old. Speaking of, I haven't logged into Atelier in a couple of days. Yeah, it's very long. It gets old to me. Like, it's something that's cool for the first time, especially if you're live streaming. You're like, yo, look at this. It's so epic. It's so amazing. And then you're like, all right, I'm done with it. The AFK part comes from the AFK stages. Basically, you're, basically, there's a little chest that you grab while you're AFK. I haven't logged in. That game is also very involved. There's a lot to do in it. I might end up dropping it. don't know. I don't want to because I have a very strong account, but I might end up dropping Adelier. Not because it's boring, it's just because I already play a lot, like, play a lot of games. Because between playing, like, I mean, I play two, let me see, I play two R99 accounts, and then I have, AFK Journey that I'll be playing. Then I'll be playing Wuthering Waves in the future. A lot. Big Lucky AK of Uncle works for AFK Journey Lice. Yo, it's good, DG, bro. How you doing, man? Oh, I tried playing Grey Raven, and the battle system confuses me. Feels unoptimized for PC. Grey Raven. I don't know about that game. No, I'll never be able to escape the allegations of being connected to devs. I look, bro. At this point, I just have to embrace it. I just have to embrace it at this point. Something that could be done. Oh. No, I've never heard any... Well, why don't you just say PGR? If you would have said PGR, I would have known. The short way for I call it is PGR. I've never called it Grey Raven. I played PGR for so long, highly recommend. PGR is a good game. But I am not... My thing is that... I don't want to play it... I don't want to play a game that's so action like that, like... By the time the PC client came out, like, I was already so behind. And I hear that it's a free-to-play masterpiece and you can get everything, but the PC client took too long to come out and I felt super far behind. And I just wasn't involved into the game like that, so I couldn't get into it. Because there was just no, like, the emulator was bad and there was no way I was going to play it with my thumbs. So yeah. Yo, let's go. Okay, I guess I'm swapping that unit. Nah. I don't like I don't like Scarlita. She didn't do anything until the match was like over. Scarlita didn't do anything till the end. Yeah, I swapped Alex's Carissa out and she just kind of nuked, which she hit very hard. But Scarlita didn't do anything. Yeah, your Parissa did wild damage. Like straight up wild damage. But yeah, I don't like I don't like Starlita. Literally didn't do anything. Lucky the CEO for Nikkei too. No, I do not claim that game at all. I do not claim that game. I wish I could speak multiple languages. That way I could, like, you know, translate all these games. They asked me for ass dimensions for Nikkei. Not at all, man. Nikkei... I mean, Nikkei is a very specific game. I will say that. Nikkei has a very specific audience. A special audience. Jing Liu is not mid. Jing Liu is awesome. I just never summoned for her. Unless you're saying that Alex's Jing Liu is just mid. I mean, at Nikkei, Jiggle does sell. I love Nikkei's advanced gameplay mechanics and glorious lore-rich story, but hate the modes and the way the interface looks. You know, DG, that almost sounded like a very sponsored take, but then like the second half, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is actually a real take. But for a second there, I was like, that sounds so sponsored. Man said glorious lore-rich story. Got the sponsor detector. Nah, DG, he's a BCM creator, bro. He be going ham in that Black Clover. Black Clover. If I ever get to doing content and get sponsored, I will 100% say glorious lore-rich story. Yeah, bro, like that. Yeah, glorious lore-rich story is like such a like. Yeah, it's high level of. Candy Crush. I remember Candy Crush. My mom played the mess out of some Candy Crush. I remember logging onto it and I was asking I saw my mom was playing it because it said like friends. And I was like, "Oh, hey mom, you play Candy Crush?" She's like, "Yeah, I play it." I went onto that game. My mother was like, I was just starting out. My mother's like stage like 300 or something in that. Like she like didn't just play some Candy Crush. She played some Candy Crush. I was like, "Oh my gosh, bro." Like I was just like just trying to like connect with you and play something. She was like, "I ain't no casual in this." I didn't expect it. Yeah, my mom was a true Candy Crush gamer. Definitely caught me off guard. For sure caught me off guard. Yo, what's good, Mike? Friend's dad is a free-to-play Candy Crush player. A man spent 1 month to beat a level. Regularly demands you to buy. He gets sponsored by Nikkei. I just be like, y'all is just playing these mid-gacha games for the waifus. No, play Nikkei. We got the thickest waifus, biggest guns, and best moves. Oh my god. Nikkei is an ad for itself. Could have done a 10 pull, actually. We'll do a 10 pull after this. Into the forest. You get out of my way, goblin. Oh, we have to use this guy? Is tomorrow really 2.0? But I got a phone call. Oh, I got a phone call at like 8. Yeah, my phone is blowing up. You know, I will say that it's been some
Now, what seems to be the problem?
interesting stuff going on with a lot of these games lately. I'm probably gonna skip 2.0. Black Swan, though, a lot of people, yeah, are liking her. I'm probably gonna skip all of them. Need the most sponsored take on Black Clover. Yo, let's heal the forest with our power. I mean, like, it's a gacha game that has, like, your favorite anime characters. What more do you need? Yo, look at that. Ooh, look at that damage. Yeah, that game, yeah, Adelier has a lot of lore. Like, Jesus.
Looks like someone needs a little one. Oh my. Looks like someone needs a little warming up.
Oh, I see. I think I do.
Oh my. Looks like someone needs a little warming up.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry, did I burn everything down? Oh well.
Banished to the Shadow Realm. So it's not gonna work. No, he's gone. Ooh, 31k. Oh my god, we hitting. We hitting. Oh no, we're not hitting. We are not hitting. We are in fact not hitting. Oh no. I didn't have a healer. Awesome. I can't believe we did it. 821,000. Jesus. Bro, wait. I just watched Gotchas with Fair Aids, good free-to-play system, fat asses, dark skin, microthong waifus, all while having good gameplay and solid company backing them. Not action for too much, man. For real, we see For real. See, we cultured people. Lucky don't be reading my comments because they're too cultured. Sometimes your stuff is very, very cultured. I will admit it. I'm not as cultured as you. Let's see. Six getting slander while being meta. Well, it's because, like, it's a character that, like, you know, meta aside, people, you know, say they want to summon for designs, but it's like, Six's design isn't crazy. To say his design is amazing is coping to me. You know, having a meta character be not a fun character to look at is definitely something wild. I think that is definitely something you usually don't see. I don't see too many times of that. Come on, CC. Oh, do they only take magical damage? Probably. Alright, let's put a mage in here, maybe. Carissa. Nuke. Wait, actually, let's put the old man. I'm sorry, Parissa. With the old man. He does a larger ult. Look at that. How's AFK going? It's going pretty good. We got a really strong unit today. One of the Celestial / Hypogean characters were available to everybody in the server. So a lot of people got a very strong unit. Alright. Swap! Vanish to the Shadow Realm. Hungry. I should get food, but they don't want to. What's crazy though, DG, is that there are 4-stars who look better than him. That's what's crazy, is that he actually doesn't look like a 4-star unit because there are 4-star units who look better. Like, that's what's even crazier. Like, you can't make that up, bro. 6 isn't even that good in 3 AP content. I'll agree that in 3-man team he's not like the pick. Ooh. I can agree to that. That's why I said he's a pick for 3-man content, but not the best pick. For, I mean, most things. Yeah. That's why I said he's never the best option, but he is a universal option. There's only a few comps where he's the best option. But if you want to summon less characters on your account, he's a great character to have. Great character if you don't want to do a lot of summoning. Make sure to like up the stream, y'all. To help me out on my AFK journey as a content creator. If you get what I mean. Ooh, we're close to getting a new unit. We'll let it be a Wilder. Probably should be my 2 best ones up there. There's a lot of options I could do. Many options. Video games are all about trying hard and sweating, no fun allowed when you're playing a gacha. It's definitely not my reason, but that's how a lot of people feel. Yeah, Alex, I would say. Iron feels like such a fun wilder unit. Is that the one I don't have? Oh, this one? Yeah. I was hoping to get one more of the assassin guys, but it's not looking like it's gonna happen. Yeah, sweating in a game gets exhausting, like just mentally exhausting after a while. It's very exhausting. And then you have to decide, is it worth it? Is being this sweaty actually worth it? I think I'm actually gonna... There you go, Smokey! This game looks like AFK Arena. They just straight up copied it. I almost took what you said seriously. Like, I actually almost took what you said seriously. Like, I don't know why I almost got baited by that. Immune to physical damage. Yo. Yeah, no. Almost got baited, because almost was like, well, sir, it's made by the same guys of AFK Arena. Like, it's almost like they both made the same game, and then I was like, he's trolling. This guy is trolling. Yo, let's get a 10 summon going. Three elites. Yo, Odie. Who else we got? What else we got? It's a purple light bear. Okay, I don't want that. At least not this early. I don't want that. Salazar. Bro, you telling me? Bro, I don't want no stupid acorns, bro. I got some stupid acorns. Yes, I can't. Yeah, this is the beta. Yeah, we're making some big time progress. All right, we need to get resonance to 70, and then we need to be AFK when. So now we gotta really play this thing. Some people have been playing this thing non-stop. I've been fighting off sickness these last few days, so I was unable. Wait. Oh, we're supposed to eliminate all of them. Why am I walking so slow, though? It's not that complicated. Bro, in ways, I'm so glad that I'm not involved in that. I'm so glad I'm not involved in that mess. That's just... That all is just way too much. Way too much. Give me a second, guys. Oh, do. Mm. Hoping we didn't miss anything. I'm just filling out something real quick. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. Like I said, I'm glad I'm not involved in any drama. Very glad. Because ain't nobody got time for that, bro. Ain't nobody got time for that. Especially not me. And I don't really want to be included in any drama either. If anything, it makes me like not ever really want to like create content for one of those games. Would you say Gacha CC scene is saturated? Well, no, because I could say that if someone were asking, yo, I want to be a Pal World content creator, how well do you think I'm gonna do? I'd be like, well, if you aren't consistent, none of it matters, because Pal World is a very saturated game. And as soon as and it depends on the platform you do, right? Because if you go to a very large game that has tons of attention, which is like Pal World, and you go live on Twitch, you're one of like hundreds, right? Versus like if you go on Twitch for a gacha game, you could be one of like 5, and it wouldn't go well for you, depending on the gacha game, because there's not enough people to watch, but you could be the top. But then if you go into a bigger game, you could be at the very bottom.
Now, what seems to be
Oh my.
It really
Someone needs a
varies.
little warming up.
I did this wrong.
Oh my. Looks like someone needs a little warming up.
Hoyo games are, well, Hoyo games have I'm gonna say Hoyo games in terms of gacha, in terms of being a gacha creator. I've been a gacha creator for a little while. A Hoyo game has the attention that a console game would have, is what I'll say. Like, not many games have that level of attention. But one of the big problems that have come with the community seems one of the things is the community with that game. Yeah, I'm very, very close. But like, okay, let's say like R99, right? Let's go with R99. Or even AFK Jouney. Like both types of games. These games are smaller, but they're games that will have a very dedicated community, right? It's going to have a very, very dedicated community that will do, that'll allow it to do well by having a dedicated community. The thing is that these games, though, will not give you the same, like, growth as a, like, Hoyo game will give, because you have a larger amount of players, right? The games are just more popular, and they've gone beyond just being simple games. Like, there's a lot of videos on just, like, meme content, people creating extra stuff. Now, if you see R99 and how it is over on Bilibili, it has gone past just being a game, since you've seen all of the fan art, right? When I saw the fan stream. Stuff like that is really good, because it's gone beyond just being a game. It's people taking time out of their day, creating art, to be able to do a full hour-long fan stream, right? Like, if you don't have people doing stuff like that in your game, then your game will eventually, in gacha games, will eventually lose itself, because people don't enjoy your game enough to create fun content, right? And that's the thing I see true to be gacha games. Like, people have to enjoy your game past it just being a game. Another thing, like, so in R99, it's a smaller game, it has less viewers, but you can get to the top of R99 a lot quicker than you could get to the top of Hoyo if you were to start out, right? Like, you could be a small streamer who started out in R99, and because of being a smaller game, if you were to hunker down and make content, be consistent, you could be at the top of R99. But for a Hoyo game, it's so saturated, and and the player base and everything for it really want to be the type of person, like, it takes more spending to be able to get all the characters and to get the weapon in Hoyo, and it takes a lot more time. Whereas in, you know, you have to gauge the game too. Like, you can be successful as a free-to-play, but it's a lot harder if you don't already have a large fan base as well, too. Like, and, you know, some people can disagree with me, but I do think it's harder to be free-to-play as a content creator in some of the games, just based off of my opinion. It could just be very difficult. Not saying that it's not possible, but it is very difficult because most people want to see the characters. Like, because, like, I'm not gonna watch somebody who's free to play, because then you don't really offer me anything. Like, sure, you can show me, like, a free to play, like, way to do this thing, but at the end of the day, if a new character comes out that I want and you can't get them, then I have no reason to watch you for, like, the biggest parts of patches. Because in most gacha games, you get most of your views when a new character comes out, and if you can't capitalize on that new character coming out, then you lose viewers. Like, and I don't want to, like, read what you have to say about the character. I want to see you with the character. Really, content creators definitely have their place, but I agree with you. Yeah, no, they have their place, but I'm saying as growth, it's just like if you go, if that free to play, well, so like, you want to be a big fish in a small pool and have a potential of growing larger. Vulcan's one of the biggest one. So if you talk about Vulcan's free to play, but I don't. It's not necessarily that, Esto, but, like, let's talk about Vulcan. Makes great content. Vulcan obviously has been doing his thing for a very long time, but now Vulcan is stuck to a game. He's stuck to Star Rail, but before that, Vulcan would go from game to game, right? He was doing Tower of God before he did R99, then he did R99, then he moved on to another game, and that's his Vulcan Journey channel. His regular channel is doing Star Rail content because Star Rail is doing very well for him. But before that, Vulcan, you know, would be like chaotic and post videos and stuff of upcoming gacha games. He would play the gacha game for a couple of weeks, and then after the hype kind of died down, he would move on to the game because that's been working for him very well. So in gacha games, you have that. Even Guitar Rock Hero kind of does it too. Guitar Rock Hero, he has stuck around with Blue Archive, and he stuck around with Nikkei because they've been doing well, and he's like, you know, a creator's doing well with those games. But he also moves from gacha game to gacha game, but he doesn't stick around for every gacha game because there's just too many gacha games that come out. And people in some of those gacha communities, they'll hate on people like Guitar Rock Hero or Vulcan, but if the game isn't doing super well for a channels as large as theirs, they don't see a point in sticking around the game longer than needed if the viewer count isn't staying up and the game is not as popular, so they move on. Like, that's just what happens. And that's how some gacha creators create their content. They stick around for the part of the game where they can get the most views, and they move on. Some people hate on it, but that's just the truth of gacha creators. Then there's those gacha creators who stick around for the game, and they play the game until it goes down. But then there comes a problem where if you stick around for the game so long, then and you don't talk about any other game, you don't talk about interest in any other game, then you have your people convinced that this is the only game that you care about, this is the only game that you play, so therefore when you play other games, you won't be able to grow, right? Which was becoming true for me, but I've started introducing more games, I started talking about more games, because while I love R99 and I will continue to make content for R99, I don't want R99 to be the only game that I make content for. Like, because R99 is great, but it has a lower ceiling of people, like, where my channel can grow, right? Like, there's content creators, like, in the space, like, you know, Kaki, Jaka, you know, Steam, and Devil Bull, and Luriel, and all them who are doing really, really great. But like, you know, their channels are doing better than mine. And so I could like, you know, try to beat out their channels, or I could try to expand my channel to being something more than just reverse and just being a guy who likes to play gacha games on the channel. But I do like R99. I'm continue making it, but I will not only be R99. Like, no. Well, most games aren't gonna blow up like a Hoyo game because, like, they release at the perfect time. You know, like they blow up literally at the perfect time, and like a lot of people are like, "Yo, maybe this can blow up like such and such," and it's like I don't really think that's gonna happen for a lot of games at that type of volume again. I think that's like a, I don't want to say once in a lifetime, but once in a lot of people's, like, you know, time as like playing gacha games. Like, I don't think we're gonna really see that again. Like, it's not just content though. It's not content. It's not just it's two different types of games. Like a turn-based game, typically just isn't gonna blow up as much as an open world game. Like, you gotta think about like a game that's played on a console as well is huge. Like take everything aside, but the game was available on console, bro. Like that's huge. It's an open world game. It looks like others, and it had really cool character designs and everything. We're not gonna, like, that's just not gonna happen at that scale. Even when Wuthering Waves comes out, which is gonna come out the same, it's not gonna come out the same when people have literally nothing to do. Like, it's not gonna be at that same impact. While it's gonna be a very great game, and I'm really excited for it, it's not gonna have the same hype as the other did. And I don't think people want to accept that, but it's a very true thing. Like, I mean, some game, like, you know, at times some games just have the perfect release. You just have to accept that. There's nothing that can be done. But like R99 won't be able to, like, R99, if it, you know, keeps itself as a very decent game, it'll definitely stay consistent and be able to have a consistent revenue. But it's not going to be Hoyo game big. There's just no way, because, and the reason why I say that, there's not even enough spending to spend like 30, like across all the players that are here, there's not enough spending to even get up to like 30 mil of revenue. Like, even as a person who spends, like, I don't, like, I mean, if I P5'd every character, like, sure, but like, even with that, like, not a lot of people are P5ing the character, and like, you know, we don't have to summon for weapons, which, like, if you had to summon for weapons, that would definitely double the revenue in a way. But like, the game is fairly fair, and that's like one of the things too, is like, when a game is fair, it doesn't make as much money as other games that are able to get away with it, right? But like, you literally don't have to summon for weapons, you don't have to summon for any of that stuff. But like, for most people, because what I'm saying is, like, for P5 of a character, you probably spend at most, if you're a whale of a whale, P5ing every character, you probably spend like maybe $1,000 each month to get, well, it's not even 2 characters a month, but within each patch, I'll say within each patch, you probably spend $1,000 to get both characters P5 if you were to do it, right? Maybe 1,000 to 15, like maybe in a low month, maybe 1,300 or something like that. That is nothing compared to what some of these other games have you spend for just one character. Like, I've seen where for P5 of a character, in the Hoyo game, Genshin, E6 Eula with one weapon was like $2,000. Not even counting R5ing the weapon. Like, it's multiple thousands of dollars. You won't spend that. You literally won't spend that in reverse. You can't spend that. There's like, eventually you just run out of a reason to do it. And since the characters get added to the standard banner, like, you know, to try to R5, like, try to P5 characters that are in the standard banner, like, if you're doing P5 summons on every character, eventually all your standard characters are going to be maxed out as well, because everything gets added. So, like that's why, like, R99 just isn't a greedy game. Because, like, there is definitely a ceiling to, like, how much money you would spend on the game. Yeah, merch. I do think that they need to make merch ready available. Because, I mean, yeah, like, they're not gonna get revenue from the game. Yeah, merch would definitely help out, big time. Making it available. But, you know, it's just wild when you just think about the revenue. Because I have literally, you know, of course, I'm a lucky person when it comes to gacha games. But, like, when I P5 Joe, it was like a couple $100s. Not even. It was like, let's see, with the summons they gave me, it was probably like $300 maybe. When I bought, like, the packs, they had all the packs. I think it was maybe $300 like, to max out a limited character. I feel like it was a little less though because of the summons they gave and luck I had. I don't even feel like it was $300. But, it was maybe, but I'll just say it was 300 just to get a number. Maxing a character out for $300 is still very cheap. Like, that's, like, yeah, I got the last one, like, so I'm saying, like, but that's very, very cheap. But, like, I'd say, like, if with $300, that was still a lot, like, an easy amount to spend. And then, like, for the other characters that had, like, P4, like, I think it was, like, 150, maybe 200 for, I think it was maybe $200 for Mushroom Boy. That's kind of crazy how $300 is considered cheap nowadays. In whale terms. In whale terms, it is. It's a completely different mindset, yeah. But if I'm comparing it to other gacha games, it is cheap. If I'm comparing it to other gacha games, that is, sadly, that is actually cheap. Because here's the comparison. $100. Here's the, okay. Here's Genshin, right? To get the character, if you're starting out at base and you have bad luck, right? So let's talk about bad luck in Genshin. It takes 90. $100 gives you 50 summons. So then you have to spend another $100 to get up to pity. Right? So that's $200 to get 100 summons to get up to pity in Genshin. If you don't get the character, then you have to spend another $100 to get 50 summons to get 150, and then another $100 to get up to 180. So if you have the worst luck possible to try to win the 50-50, it could possibly be up to $400 just to get one copy of a character in the in having the worst luck possible for a character that you want, and you haven't even summoned the weapon yet. Like, and I'm talking about maxing characters in R99. So then, if I'm wanting to get a weapon for the character, the weapon pity is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 80. It might be 70, but I think it's 80. So that means I have to spend 100, and that pity is completely different. So I have to summon, so I can select a weapon that I want, but I have to get a weapon 2 times that is not the weapon that I want in the pity to be able to get the weapon, right? Because it's not a guaranteed. It's only guaranteed after I summon a weapon I don't want twice, right? So remember, $100 is 50 summons, so that's not even, the max, right? So I put 50 in. If it's 80, I do another $100. That'll get me a weapon, which if I don't get the weapon, then I will have, from that second $100, I will have another 20 summons to do. And then if I don't get a weapon, then I spend another $100 to be able to get close up to the pity, which I'll be at 70, not 80. So then, if I don't get a weapon, I'll have to spend another $100 to, for that second time. If I don't get the weapon again, like if I get a standard weapon or I get the other weapon on the weapon banner, then now the weapon's going to be guaranteed. So then I spend another $100 to be able to get up to 80, and then I have the weapon. So that's $400 if I lose the pities on the weapon to be able to get guaranteed. So we're up to like $800 for like getting one weapon and one character with bad luck. They changed the pity for weapons? No. Yeah, but like they changed it to where it's not like, they changed it to where if you don't get the weapon twice, then you get it on the third try. That's the change, is that if you don't get the weapon the first 2 times, then you get it the third time. But you have to get a 5-star weapon basically 3 times. So you have to get a 5-star weapon you don't want twice, and then get it a third time. You asked me the 5th time, you said $100. Yeah, so that's why when I say $300 can max out a character, like, a lot of you are like, oh wow, this man lucky got some big pockets, but like, no, we're talking about maxing. Like, you have to think about it. In my head, we're talking about maxing out a character to where I don't have to worry about that character ever again, and I have that character who is hopefully your favorite character or a very strong character. Like, that character is the strongest character on your account, or like, is doing something decent for you, and like, again, you never have to worry again, like, about anything, because this character is so strong, because this is said strongest character that like you have access to or whatever. Like, you don't have to worry about when their banner comes back around or anything like that. And especially since like Joe, right, is a limited character, you're not going to get extra copies of her unless you intentionally summon for her. Gotta remember, not everyone got the US dollar bill, and $100 can be more expensive for a lot of other countries. Well, that's the thing, is like, you would just convert the money I just said into your own dollar, and that sounds like a lot. Like, even if, like, I'm not gonna be able to convert for everyone's country, but that's what I'm saying is, like, for US dollar, that is, in my country, that's the amount to max out a character in R99. To max out from what I'm hearing you guys say, to max out a character in a Hoyo game sounds impossible. Like, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's literally impossible for y'all to max out a character in some of these other games. All right, Alex. Now, of course, there are summons in between and stuff like that, which helps offset the prices. But, like, I'm talking about if you start off with no summons at all, the price for stuff. Like I'm talking about, like, if you just start off, like, just with nothing. That's what I'm talking about. And there's other stuff that offsets some of those prices, but obviously, like, if you're trying to go for every character, it gets to be a lot. Which is why also, like, I just couldn't cover a Hoyo game trying to get every character and then not being a super successful streamer for it. It just feels like eventually it's just gonna be way too expensive. All right, Alex. Looks like I've hit my limit. Yeah, either way, to get a character and a weapon though in Genshin could take several hundreds of dollars. Where just from what I'm saying though, in R99 it takes nowhere near as much to just get the copy of the character and then you're done. like we're talking a game that you just need one copy of the character and you're totally fine. That's why weapon banners exist, for more money. Typically, yes. Typically, a game that has a weapon banner is just seen as like a cash grab. Because there are games I know that don't have weapon banners. I thought it was a way to make the game more fun. No. Because a lot of characters like will have parts of their kit with their weapon. And that's what like makes it really annoying. It's kind of like if we had to get light cones. Not light cones, Jesus Christ. Light cones you do have to summon for. It's like if we had to summon for Psycubes. Like, just imagine that. Imagine if we had to summon for Psycubes. How it would change things. That's what would be happening. A lot of games actually weren't 50-50, and I think most people, like, a lot of people are new to gacha games, and a lot of people would say, oh, it was Genshin who brought in the 50-50, because there's a lot of games I know that don't have 50-50. Like, 50-50 isn't really common in a lot of gacha games. Kind of turned off by summoning for Memoria and Adelie. Yeah. No, I think R99 definitely has spoiled people, because it's like, yo, are you telling me I can earn a Psycube for a character that helps make them stronger? Right? Like, you know, a lot of characters that have, like, specific Psycubes, it feels good, right? Because you're like, yo, this Psycube works for this character that I like. That is great. Let's see how this works. It might fail. Yeah, she jumps back. 50-50 is such a devious psychological trick too. Aside from idols, I thought 50-50 was a norm. No, there's a lot of older games that don't have 50-50. There's a lot of games that don't have 50-50. And like idle games, so here's the thing about idle games though. Idle games seem like they are like an idle game will make you feel really good because you're like, yo, I'm getting a lot of copies of said character, and you'll feel really good about it because you're thinking you're getting a really great, like, I guess I'd say deal, because you get the character out of it, right? Like, you're like, yo, I got the character. But the thing about idle games is that you have to be very careful. They require multiple copies of characters though. Like you have to get so many, like you have to get multiple copies of the character where like you could be satisfied because you got the character, but then it's like, okay, well now I need multiple copies of this character, so one copy isn't good enough because you need to upgrade that copy in order to make that character like stronger. So it does force you to get multiple copies, like, you know, of said character, and you have to kind of like focus that. And they're much more likely to increase level cap or add new leveling system that requires dupes. Yeah, exactly. Like there is a system that requires dupes in this game, and like, yeah, like, I mean, there is a system made in this game, yes, for that. But like for the early game, right? For the early game, it feels really good to have these characters. But then it's like, okay, now I need multiple copies of these characters, and like, you know, like right now here, I'm kind of hit by a wall because I can't advance my AFK and I can't get past this. So I have to get stronger in order to get this. So like, I really just can't play. Like, I mean, I can do the Arcane Labyrinth, but like in terms of story progress, I gotta figure out a way to increase my power, which would be, you know, going back and doing this stuff, which is still things I can do. I still have a lot of stuff that I can go back and do, which is good. So like that's kind of the stuff like you kind of have to manage in idle games, is like, okay, I can't get past this content, so what can I do? Which this one with an open world, that's kind of the content I have. Yeah, there's still plenty of content to do. A lot has happened recently. Who should I talk to? Hogan. He's not dead. Oh, it's a disguise spell. You have to sit down and have tea with him. That's pretty cool. If you're a lot stronger than the enemies, and you can just do a quick battle. It's like there's no point in fighting them. Makes it easier, which is really nice. You want to check out Sword of Convaleria? Exactly the game I've been wishing exists. Like a turn-based RPG, Final Fantasy Tactics, but gotcha. I'll have to look at it. That was easy. But when it comes to gacha games though, I think the best thing for you is to, like, of course, first like the game, but when it comes to the monetization, like, of the game, like, it kind of just goes off to you, like, what you like more, like, and what you're okay with. Because, like, each game has a different system. Like, a Hoyo game will give you a beautiful looking game, but you most likely will miss out. Like, you, not even most likely, as a free-to-play player, you will miss out on a lot of characters. Like, you just will. You will miss out on a lot of characters, but what you get is great design of characters and a good-looking game. But you'll have to cope with what you have and play the game with the same characters for a very long time, and you probably will be able to get a character maybe once every patch usually, but you're skipping out, like, on a lot, right? So you have to be okay with not getting as many characters. But then, like, in Genshin, like, a lot of the Spiral Abyss and stuff like that, it is doable as a free-to-play, but then you have to maximize, like, your gear, and you have to do a little bit more work because you're not getting as many characters for content that is catered for certain characters. And you have to really almost, like, study and research for a character you're going to summon because you won't be able to summon as many characters. You're trying PGR? PGR is a pretty cool game. I'm gonna say a lot of people enjoy it, and from what I've heard, as a free-to-play, you can get pretty much most of the characters. But it requires, like, a lot of, like, investment, like, time and stuff. Ten summon! Yeah, it is a grindy game. Yeah, and then there's those games that you can play for a long time, but it's very grindy. Huh, another Lucius. Another Leica. What's really interesting, though, about games like this, your account is pretty much determined by the character you get the most copies of. Like, you could have a favorite character, and then be like, oh, I want to use them. If you don't get copies of them, then they're not, like, you just won't be able to use them like that. Like, your account is heavily based off of who you get the most copies of. Like, I mean, you could try, like, upping their level and stuff like that and using them, but you will be holding yourself back. Like, these characters here who are still just purple. Like, if Antandra was my favorite, and I just couldn't get copies of her to save my life, like, I gotta use characters that I have, like, more copies of. Like, that's just, you know, the truth of it, sadly. Yeah, wishlists do exist to help you. They do exist to help you in focusing, like, on that character that you do like. This is true. Yeah, I mean, the game is good.
Yes, as you command. Now, what seems to be the problem?
Ooh, my food is here. Ugh. How long have I been streaming? 3 hours.
Yes, as you command. Now, what seems to be the problem?
Yo, it's good, Maple. Oh my gosh, bro.
Yes, as you command. Now, what seems to be the problem?
Actually, it's gonna be released, how can I assist? It's gonna be released, next month. March
Just as I expected.
27th. How long does a typical gacha game survive? Some gacha games don't. Some gacha games start performing bad after like a couple of months, but there's but it's hard to kind of put that to like a math. But like a lot of gacha games don't advertise. A lot of gacha games don't have hype. There's a lot of factors like release time. Like, did it release around like a very popular game? So that doesn't make things better. Like, there's a game that I liked called Eroica, but it literally released the same day as Tower of Fantasy and it died. And there wasn't enough coverage on it. And then yeah, TOF is too. But TOF was hyped because it was open world. I think unfortunately, Hoyo brought in a bit like Hoyo brought in a whole new gacha customer. And just like games just aren't going to be made like, you know, Genshin as a gacha game to where like that's why people enjoy it because it's big and open world. And so like some people are like, well, I only want to invest my time on a game that's like backed by like a huge company. Because everyone's going to say every small game is just going to die. But then like, oh, Memento Mori, it is a I don't know how that game is still alive. Yeah, that one's very interesting. It's like a PNG game. Yeah, it's like a PNG slideshow. Yeah, it's an idle game too, isn't it? I played it for 2 days.
be the problem.
I think some games lose because of like lack of advertisements, which ad money's hard because like I mean it takes a lot of money to advertise for some of these games. Plus like again, it's like look at PGR. PGR looks amazing, but is it the most popular gacha game? A lot of people are satisfied with PGR. It has a very, very strong community, but it's not the most popular gacha game. But it's existed because it's fair. It has open combat. Actually, you get to walk around and do stuff. But then you have another game that is like PGR, but uses guns, and it's a Snow Point. What is it called? I used to play. I played it for a little bit. Snow Point or Snowbreak. Is it Snowbreak? Snowbreak Containment Zone is similar to it, but it uses guns. Yeah, and that game fell off. Similar concept, but it fell off. So I mean, like a lot can happen and change. Well, you got to think about it, guys. Some people play games because if the character that they like, if they can, some people don't require much. It doesn't have to give a lot. A lot of people don't require much for a game. As long as like the game can like allow them to feel strong with their character and they can feel rewarded, they'll play it. Some people don't require a lot for their games.
Yes, as you command. Now, what seems to be the problem?
Oh, maybe I didn't do this wrong.
Just as I expected.
any pre-registration rewards. From the beta, they've given us stuff. Plus, they have the for the start, they're giving out 50 summons and an epic hero after the 7th day. But I think this just happens. And then in the email, I didn't see anything about pre-reg here. This isn't the full game. But I'll have to look and see if there's any other pre-registration stuff for what you're talking about. Now, there are some games that have there's some games that people argue they want their sprite to look a certain way. So like games like Blue Archive, R99, Arc Knights, like the character design and the sprite in game are completely different, right? But then you have games like Epic 7 in Counterside where like the characters look, you know, a lot similar to their art. But like Counterside, the characters look cool, but I couldn't stand that game. Way too much to do. The combat looks super cluttered. I mean, they did get a PC launcher, and people were super happy about that game, but I just couldn't with it. I could not get with Counterside. But it looks cool. But there's just way too much stuff. I just couldn't get with it. Well, my kid is 4. But no, I wouldn't advise, like, I wouldn't advise anybody to get into, I wouldn't advise somebody who isn't into gacha games to get into a gacha game. I probably wouldn't advise my kid to get into a gacha game. It's not something for somebody who has an addictive personality as well. Like, if you can't, like, if you're the type of person who, like, likes to get what you want and you'll do anything to get what you want, this isn't the game for you. Like, it's really not. Like, you gotta be okay with, like, not getting what you want. And some people aren't. Some games take too long. I agree. Some of them take too long to play. Gacha's basically glorify gambling in a lot of ways. Yeah. And I wouldn't want my kids to gamble. Right? So that's like a big reason right there. Oh no, I just sent my healer back there. With a code that gives you a copy of the character? Or a skin? I don't know about having gacha merch that gives you a copy of the character or a skin, because then now it's like, now people have to spend actual real life money to get a copy of said character or to get a skin they can never get. That adds like a different type, like, I don't know, that makes it, I feel like that's very negative in multiple ways. Like very, very multiple ways for people. Seeing a gacha game slash gambling game trying to appeal to kids with their art style hurts my soul. Well, I mean, like, that's what Fortnite did with their, like, not Fortnite specifically, but that's like what a lot of these games that are free, like the Fortnite with the skins, that's the same thing they do. It's not, like, gachas aren't the only thing that do it. Like, you know, you could say the boys who played, you know, Fortnite, like, they got spending $10 for a skin here, maybe $20 for a very special skin, like, same thing happened. It would be a flex for spenders. Yeah, but like, that doesn't seem like something R99 would do, though. Like, it seems that R99, like, I mean, this is what I was saying, like R99 isn't a game that, like a whale can like, R99 doesn't, like, really appease to a whale in a very big way. And hear me out. In a game like this, AFK Jouney, if I was gonna be a true whale, this game appeases to me because, like, I have a leaderboard and, like, people can see me all over the place. Like, look at Dr. Fizzle. Here's in my guild. Like, dude is, like, number 23, right? Now, of course, these people are all, like, these are all, like, free-to-play, right? But, like, if you're a whale, you're like, yo, bro, if I spend my money, I can get rewarded getting the dopamine of being a top player and everyone, like, sees me. In R99, like, literally no one can see if you're strong. Well, Bougie, the game that would have been able to do it is Figure Fantasy. Figure Fantasy is literally an idle game where you need, like, multiple copies of a character. It would have been Figure Fantasy, where if you buy a figure in real life, it'd give you a copy of the character or something like that. Are there in-game rewards for being top of the leaderboard? Yep, you get more rewards for being at the top. I have 103%. Yeah, no, there's like I said, you just got to find a game that monetization wise you're cool with. Like I said, R99 as a spender is probably the best game to play as a spender because, like, there is a wall to how much, like, is needed to be spent. Like, there's no reason to spend, like, more in it. And like that could, like I said, that could be a reason why its revenue won't be as crazy. Because like I can't spend, like I literally have no reason to spend above like a certain amount because like it has a what's it called? A value. Got it. My brain just like, hold on. I'm gonna figure out this word. I just brain farted. It's not depreciate. It's not depreciating. What is it? The the more I spend, what is it? It's a D word. Diminishing. Thank you. Yes. Because if you met, because if I keep P5ing a character as the game goes on, and then my standard characters end up being maxed, then you come to a point, then all you really have to do is just P5 the character, and that's all you have to spend money on. Diminishing returns, yeah. But when all I have to do is P5 a character, then if all of my characters end up being maxed, then I end up wasting money whenever I lose a 50-50 even more, because now I'm just getting like, cassettes for these characters, and I can't buy anything in the cassette thing except for like mats. So like eventually having a crap ton of like max standard characters will bring out diminishing returns, and you'll be like, well, dang, man, like I just don't really have, like, it's just gonna feel worse and worse and worse eventually. You think there are accounts out there that have P5 max level everyone? There's probably, but I don't think there's that many because, like, again, the game doesn't benefit anybody from doing that. Like, even in a raid, like, sure, you could do it, but it's not a really big benefit. And, like, you have to go out of your way to show it off, right? Like, you have to, for someone to know how good I do, I literally have to either be a content creator or screenshot it and put it into, like, a Discord group. Which is, like, for some people it could be like, well, that seems a little sad that you really went out of your way to try to show off like how strong your account was by going out of your way to show everybody like how much I spent onto this game. But like, if in a raid where, but like, who really looks like the winner? Because then that's when free to play, by the way, has more. Because like, if I beat the raid with 2 million damage, and you beat it with 851, and we both triple S'd, who really won? Like, who really won if we both triple S'd, but I beat it with 2 million, you did it with 850? And I spent, what, hundreds, thousands more than you, but you got the same raid score as me in terms of the triple S, and like me getting 2 million, I get nothing for it. Like, I literally get nothing for doing 2 million damage. Like, at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, the game doesn't, like, it just doesn't benefit to be like an Omega Whale like that. Like in Limbo, it doesn't matter. Like, the fact, like, you know, Jockizin posted that Joe can solo at P5. That's cool. But you could also just beat it with the normal team. It doesn't matter if a character could solo it, because like it's not a big deal, because you could just also have a balanced account and just beat it with the normal team. But yeah, I just don't think like R99 is a Wales game. I really don't think so. And maybe that's why I like it. But yeah, it's not a Wales game. There's no reason to be an Omega Whale. Like, other than like, you know, you like the character, you want to see them do damage. But like, yeah, I will absolutely tell, like, the people who are like chasing for P5, like, of Joe, like, there's no reason to do it. Like, there's literally no reason to P5 Joe. Like, I have her because I'm gonna test her out and show it to her because of views, right? I'm a content creator though. So like, you know, the things that I do are completely different. But I haven't told anybody to P5 Joe though. I literally haven't. I've said if you want a copy of her, like maybe one. But like, there's just no reason to wail out on the character. Oh, I only got one? It's terrible. Hope I got a good one. Oh, I got Odie. I kind of thought it was a flex because he told me when I was a streamer, he was like, you know, show off the account. It probably is to a flex, and I explained this to people earlier. It probably gives him a big hit because people are like, yo, bro, this account is so much, because he gets talked about. You know, his account gets talked about. No one knows his name, but he gets talked about. He gets something out of it probably too. Like, there's definitely no reason, like, I don't know, he could be a content creator for all I know, but yeah. Ever try a team full of squirrels? Well, there's only two. There's only two, but their level does get increased.
Just put on the ring. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. I'm fine.
And I mean, their combat score, you know, is around where the purples are at. But no, I would not use Hammy or Chippy.
I'll catch up to you someday.
There's just no reason to use them. It'd be holding me back. They give us these acorns here, which is used to ascend a unit. So I used it to ascend my granny to this state. You need 50 of the acorns. This is more of like a late game type of thing. Yeah, it's fodder. We get 37 for cope star DPS. I do kind of think that is a little bit of a cope for sure. I think some people I do think that some people maybe possibly believe I think some people possibly believe that 37 is maybe better I think some people have too much faith in 37 who haven't really looked into 37. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think some people have too much faith in 37. Like, I think some people believe, like, 37 is just, like, really that, like, wild, crazy character without, like you said, like, coping. And while she is a good character, like, she's not going to be crazy for most people. She just won't. If Hydra Raids didn't require Jin damage, she'd be a complete skip. Exactly. Exactly. Yo, Antandra, girl. With 6 and 37, you could probably definitely triple S. She only serves as a way for me to try to triple S as many raids as I can. Yep. If latest coverage seems important for Limbo and it's starting to be hard to clear Limbo with full stars with neutral team. Well, yeah, and I was telling people that, like, the game will get eventually harder. You know, some people could be like, "Aw, man, it's unfair that they're forcing us to do such and such." But, like, I mean, I've been playing CN and I feel like I was telling people, like, the game does get increasingly harder. Because, I came in, like, more or less seriously playing at, 1.4, and 1.4, bro, kicked my ass, man. Like, and there's gonna be, like, even worse. There's gonna be, like, even worse, oh my god, we took out their healer. Bro, this is so unfair in PvP. Like, there's nothing you can do to counter that. At least when someone's attacking you. Is game out yet? It comes out March 27th. And this is a closed beta. I'm gonna have to... Ooh, my headphones died. I have to let them charge. I've been streaming this for a while. Yeah, but it isn't like... It's giveaways and stuff, though. I never get lucky in a giveaway. Alright, Bougie Bear. You have a good one. Yeah, get yourself a nap. Let's see. Bring me your healer. Bring me your healer. Get over here. Yo, that's so mean, bro. Now the healer's gonna die. Goodbye. Now they can't heal. Yeah, this character is very unfair. I gotta see what the other characters are like, but that's wild. Yo, I can purchase a character now from the arena store. Question is, do I purchase a Wilder character that I don't have? Or do I get a copy of a character? Let me see. And for the sakes of the beta, I might get a character that I don't have. Let me see. So I can get Byron, who is a ranger. Summons a falcon. I can get Atalanta, who is a ranger. There is Brutus. Okay, but like, I do have to be smart. I have to get a copy of a character that I already have. But I don't have any of the only character I have. I can get a copy of Cecia and Upgrader. Alex, aren't you a secret employee of Blue Pot? Can't you ask them for merch? I wish I could, bro. I really wish I could ask them for merch. Brutus would be a good pick of a character that I could use to send to the backline, because Brutus would absolutely demolish most characters in the backline. But as much as I want to get a character I don't have, the problem is I'm already have. Well, let me see. I do have Graveborn characters and Wilder characters, but I need to focus my characters. And I have Cecia. I need to focus my characters. So I already have her legendary. I don't want a copy of Rowan. A copy of my healer seems nice, but no, I think I'm gonna get Cecia. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here. Now she's Epic Plus. It's a big upgrade, and since this is what the acorns are used for, we can go ahead and upgrade her now. Now she's legendary status. She legendary. That put us over 200. She's gonna have to get put on the squad now. That means we could probably beat this stage. Just getting healed up. Just like that, we beat the stage. So easy. Alright, guys. But I need to prepare for the next stream, which will be in a couple hours. I'll probably do it at reset, which reset and seeing happens in 2 hours. So I gotta prepare for that. So I'll catch you guys later. I will be going live for that. So yeah, it's gonna be a little later. Gonna charge my headset and everything and get all that ready, and I'll do that later today. So it'll be in a couple hours at reset. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Peace out. 2 hours. 2 hours.